English Time Podcast.
Helping you speak English with confidence, naturally.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Henry, and it's really good to have you here with us.
And I'm Emma. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you doing, Henry?
I'm doing great, thanks. You know, Emma, I've been wanting to talk about something that I think really holds people back when they're learning English.
Oh, what's that?
Starting conversations with strangers, especially when your English isn't perfect.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big one. A lot of people feel really nervous about that.
They do. And you know, that's exactly why we're here, to help you speak English with confidence in a way that feels natural and stress-free.
Absolutely. And, if this is your first time here, or if you've been with us before and you're enjoying what we do, we'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really helps us a lot and allows us to bring you more high-quality English learning materials.
Yeah, it really does.
So you said this is something that really holds people back?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have this story that I want to share with you. It's something that happened to me a few years back, and honestly, it kind of changed the way I think about speaking English.
I love personal stories. They're so much more helpful than just talking about theory.
Okay, so here's what happened. I have a little son, and back then he was 2 years old. He was completely obsessed with trains. Like every single day, he wanted to ride the subway. It didn't matter where we were going. He just loved being on that train.
That's adorable.
It is. So one day, we're on the subway together, just a normal day, nothing special. And there's this little girl, probably around the same age as my son, sitting nearby with her parents. I noticed the mom looked like she might be from Asia, and the dad looked like he could be from Europe or the US, something like that.
Okay, so an international family.
Yeah, exactly. And at first, I'm just sitting there looking at my phone, reading some English article or something. But then this thought pops into my head.
What thought?
I thought, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity to practice my English. Why don't I just try talking to them?
Oh, wow. I already feel the nervousness just hearing that.
Right? I was so nervous, Emma. My heart started beating faster, my palms got a little sweaty, because at that time, my English wasn't very good. I made mistakes all the time.
But you did it anyway.
Well, I started small. I talked a little bit with the mom first, just some light conversation. She was friendly. And then I wanted to ask about the dad. But here's where it gets embarrassing.
Oh no, what happened?
I wanted to ask, is he your husband? But my grammar was terrible, so what actually came out of my mouth was something like, so does he is your husband?
Oh, you mixed the grammar up a bit. The correct way is just, is he your husband, without the does.
Yeah, exactly. I said, does he is, and I knew the moment I said it that it sounded wrong. But you know what? He understood me anyway. He smiled and answered like it was totally normal.
That's actually really nice of him.
It was. And then we started talking, and he told me he was from Norway.
Norway, that's cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I had no idea what to say about Norway. I'd never studied anything about Norway in my English classes. I just stood there feeling awkward. And finally, I said, wow, I think that's a beautiful country.
Hey, that's a perfectly nice thing to say.
Thanks. But later, I kept thinking maybe I should have said something different, like, oh, that's a really cold country, because part of Norway is actually inside the Arctic Circle. That might have been more interesting.
Maybe, but what you said was fine. You were in the moment and you said something genuine.
Yeah, I guess so. And here's what really surprised me. After we talked for a few minutes, the mom looked at me and said, your English is pretty good.
Oh.
I mean, I knew she was just being encouraging. My English wasn't that good. But hearing that made me feel amazing because I'd actually done it. I'd started a conversation with a stranger, even though I was nervous, even though I made mistakes.
And that's huge. That's exactly the kind of moment that builds confidence.
It really is. And when we were getting off the train, I said to them, have a nice day. And they said the same thing back to me. It was such a small moment, but I remember walking away feeling like I'd won something.
I bet, because you proved to yourself that you could do it.
Exactly. And I think that's what I want everyone listening to understand. You don't need perfect English to talk to people. You just need courage.
Yes, and you know what I love about your story? The mistakes you made didn't ruin anything. They didn't stop the conversation. The people you were talking to still understood you and they were still nice to you.
That's so true. And I think that's the part that a lot of learners don't realize. They think if they make a mistake, the conversation will fall apart or people will judge them. But actually, most people are kind. They're just happy you're making an effort.
Right. Think about it. If someone tried to speak to you in your language, even if they made mistakes, would you laugh at them or think badly of them?
No way. I'd be impressed. I'd want to help them.
Exactly. Most people are the same way. They understand that learning a language is hard and they respect you for trying.
Yeah, and even if someone does judge you, which is really rare, that's their problem, not yours.
Absolutely. You can't control what other people think, but you can control whether you try or not. And trying is always better than staying silent.
100%. You know, that subway conversation taught me something really important. It taught me that confidence doesn't come from being perfect. It comes from being willing to try, even when you're scared.
That's beautiful, and it's so true. Confidence is built one conversation at a time, one imperfect sentence at a time.
Exactly. Not 100 conversations at once, just one. The person in front of you, right now, in this moment.
And that first conversation doesn't need to be long or complicated. It can be super simple.
Oh, absolutely. It can be about the weather, or asking for help, or just making a small comment about something you both see.
Right. Like, you don't need to discuss deep philosophical topics. You can just be friendly and human.
Exactly. And you know what? Let's practice a simple one right now, just to show how easy it can be. How about a coffee shop situation? I'll start. You're the stranger next to me.
Okay, I'm ready.
This line is moving so slowly today.
I know, right? I've been waiting for like 10 minutes.
Same here. Do you come here often?
Yeah, almost every morning before work. Their coffee's really good.
Nice. What do you usually get?
I'm a latte person. How about you?
Just regular coffee for me. I need the energy.
Haha, I totally understand that. Mondays are rough.
They really are.
See, that was so natural. We just had a whole little conversation. And notice how you used a simple observation to start. This line is moving so slowly. That's a perfect conversation starter.
Exactly. And look at what we did. We started with something simple, the line being slow, and it just flowed from there. We didn't need a script or fancy vocabulary.
Right. One small comment opened the door, and then it was just two people chatting.
And if it hadn't flowed, that would have been okay too. Not every conversation has to turn into a friendship. Sometimes you chat for a minute and then move on, and that's totally fine.
The important thing is you tried. You put yourself out there. That's the win.
Yes, exactly. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's like building a muscle.
Great analogy. Every conversation makes that muscle a little bit stronger.
And before you know it, you're not nervous anymore. You're just talking, being yourself.
Okay, so I want to ask you something. What would you say to someone who's listening right now and thinking, this sounds great, but I'm still really scared? What if I freeze up and can't think of anything to say?
That's such a good question. And I would say, first of all, it's completely okay to be scared. That's totally normal. Fear is just your mind trying to protect you. But here's the thing, freezing up isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, it happens to everyone, even native speakers sometimes.
Exactly. And if it happens to you, you can just be honest about it. You can smile and say something like, sorry, I'm a little nervous, or I'm still learning English. People understand.
And actually being honest like that can make people like you more. It's vulnerable, and that's a beautiful thing.
I agree. Vulnerability is powerful. It makes you real, not robotic, and it gives the other person permission to relax too.
Right, like, oh, we're just two regular humans here. We don't have to be perfect.
Exactly. I think we put way too much pressure on ourselves to sound perfect, but perfection is boring. Being real is so much better.
So much better. And you know what else helps? Remembering that most conversations don't need to be long. You can keep them short and sweet.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can say hi, make one little comment, and then continue with your day. That's still practice. That still counts.
And all those little moments add up over time. They build your confidence bit by bit.
They really do. Like when I think back to that subway conversation, it only lasted maybe 5 minutes, but it gave me so much confidence because I proved to myself that I could do it.
And once you know you can do something, you can't unknow it. That changes everything.
It really does. It's like a switch flips in your brain and you realize, okay, I'm capable of this.
And we want everyone listening to have that moment where you think, hey, I actually did it. I can do this.
Yes, absolutely. And you don't need perfect grammar or a huge vocabulary. You just need to be yourself and try.
So true. All right, let's talk about some simple ways to start conversations, just to give people some ideas, some tools they can use.
Good idea. Okay, so one easy way is to comment on the situation around you, like what we did in the coffee shop example earlier. This line is moving slowly, or the weather's nice today, isn't it?
Yeah, that's super easy because you're both experiencing the same thing. It's right there in front of you.
Exactly. Another one is giving a compliment. Something simple like, I like your jacket, or that's a cool bag.
Ooh, compliments are great. People really appreciate them.
They do, and it's a friendly, positive way to open a conversation. Just make sure it's genuine. Don't say something you don't actually mean.
Right, but if you genuinely like something, say it. It might make someone's day.
Absolutely. Another option is asking for help or an opinion. Like, excuse me, do you know if this bus goes to Main Street? Or have you been to this restaurant before? Is it good?
That's smart because most people like helping. It makes them feel useful.
Yeah, and it naturally creates a back and forth conversation.
What about asking about something the person is doing? Like if they're reading a book, you could say, what are you reading?
Oh, that's a great one. People usually love talking about their interests.
And it shows you're paying attention, which is nice.
Definitely. Okay, let's try another quick practice. How about we're both waiting for a bus? I'll start this time.
Okay, I'm ready.
Man, this bus is really late.
I know, I've been standing here forever.
Do you take this bus every day?
Yeah, usually. It's normally pretty on time, but today, I don't know what's going on.
Same here. Well, at least it's not raining.
True, that would make it so much worse.
Where are you headed if you don't mind me asking?
Just to work. I teach at a school downtown. How about you?
I'm meeting a friend for lunch.
Oh, that sounds nice. Oh, wait, I think I see the bus coming.
Finally.
Perfect. See how natural that was? We were just two people talking while waiting. And notice what you said when you asked where I was going, if you don't mind me asking. That's such a polite, natural phrase.
Oh yeah, good point. That little phrase makes it feel less intrusive, and it's something people say all the time.
Exactly. Just a small thing, but it makes the conversation feel more comfortable.
Right. Nothing complicated, just normal, friendly conversation. And it made the waiting time feel shorter too.
So true. That's another benefit of chatting with people. It makes boring moments more interesting and less lonely.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, before we finish, let's just gently go over some of the main ideas we've talked about today.
Good idea. So first, remember that it's totally normal to feel nervous about talking to strangers. Everyone feels that way sometimes. But don't let the nervousness stop you from trying.
Right, and remember that people are usually kind. They're not sitting there waiting to judge your grammar. They're just human beings who appreciate when someone makes an effort to connect.
Exactly. And every conversation is practice, even the short ones, even the awkward ones. They all help you grow and build confidence.
Yes, and here's something really important. You don't need to wait until your English is perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. Start now with the English you have right now.
Because every time you speak, you're getting better. Every conversation teaches you something.
Absolutely. And remember, small steps matter. You don't need to talk to 10 strangers tomorrow. Just one is enough. One conversation at a time.
And mistakes are okay. Mistakes are part of learning. That subway conversation Henry had, he made mistakes and everything still turned out great.
Exactly. The mistakes didn't ruin anything. They were just part of being human.
And one more thing. Be kind to yourself. Learning a language is hard work. Celebrate the small wins, like saying one sentence to a stranger or asking one question. Those moments matter.
They really do. Because confidence doesn't come from one big moment. It grows quietly, one small, brave action at a time.
Beautiful. Okay, so we just want to say a huge thank you to everyone who stayed with us until the very end. That really means so much to us.
It does. Thank you for being here. All right, before we go, we have a question for you, and we'd love to hear from you in the comments.
Here it is. Have you ever started a conversation with a stranger in English? Or maybe what's the biggest thing that stops you from trying? We want to hear your story.
Yeah, share it in the comments below. Maybe you had a great experience, or maybe you're still building up the courage. Either way, we want to know. Your story might encourage someone else too.
You might surprise yourself with how brave you are.
You really might. And remember, every conversation is a step forward. Every word you speak is progress. You're doing better than you think.
So keep going, keep trying, keep being brave.
We believe in you.
All right, everyone, take care of yourself, be kind to yourself, and we'll talk to you again soon.
See you next time. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
Your progress so far has already been wonderful. If you'd like to keep going and feel even more confident with your English, feel free to check out the next video or take a look at some of the other ones we've picked for you.